Hello everyone, this is Minoxen bringing you another high-definition commentary of Heroes of New Earth. This is going to be a matchup from the ESL Major Series 8. This is the group stage of Infused, INFS, versus Voodoo Festers, the VFS, taking up the Legion side there. I am joined by the lovely Smock, whom I have missed casting with greatly. I'm sure you all will appreciate her returning to the scene with me.
Hello. That was really perky. But no, thank you for inviting me. It has been a while, and I am definitely excited to do another cast with you.
Yeah, this looks like it's an entertaining match, just what a little bit of the stats I did glance at, of course not focusing too heavily on them. But do you want to go ahead and cover on the bans here, since the picks are coming out pretty quick?
Sure thing. We have Slither, Soul Stealer, Chipper, Thunderbringer, Hellbringer, Myrmidon, Puppet Master, and Pharaoh. And honestly, these are probably the most standard bans that I've seen in a long time. Most notable, of course, being that Tremble was not banned, but I assume, since this was a week ago, that she is auto-banned. So that's the reason for that, I believe. Let me just see. Yeah, you can go ban Puppet Master. So nothing notable there, except that they did not want to play against it.
I was going to say, is there any particular reason behind the Puppet Master? That's the only one that really caught me. It's a little odd.
He's very, very strong, both in a tri-lane and a solo side lane as well. And he's just, especially with I don't know. You've seen him a lot in competitive play.
Yeah, I've seen him. He does some nasty work, especially once he gets built. But it's just one of those that I haven't seen. I don't know. I've been out of the scene for a while. I haven't watched that many competitive games. But he's not one I usually see banned when there's still a good number of them. Like Repulsor still on the board. He was more of a common one to see instead of like a puppet, because he's just a good viable carry. There's a lot of good carries out there.
Yep, for sure. But there are easy ways to shut him down, like Hellflower.
True.
So, it's just a more matter of who they feel like playing against or what they have in mind for their lineup here, so.
Well, we do have INFS's team completely picked out here on the Hellborn. They're just swapping around here, so it's Tundra, Magmus, oh, damn you, Andromeda, Aluna, and Valkyrie. And they are going to be using the new Tundra, skin. Yeah, I couldn't think of Avatar.
You'll see it. Well, hopefully you'll see it. I hope. The death animation of this new Tundra skin makes me lol so hard. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, the one thing I didn't like is that they didn't change the voice at all. At least whenever I was looking into it, they didn't change the voice, so it's kind of odd.
I didn't play Tundra, so I wouldn't know about the voice, but...
Yeah, I don't play him either, but I love dwarves, so... I'm a dwarf nerd. But, oh, hey, Dr. Repulsor getting picked up there. On the Legion side, VFS, the Voodoo Festers, picking up Dr. Repulsor, Helga Hammerstorm, Torturer, Nymphora, and Bubbles to round out their lineup. Not really a huge in-game potential here I'm looking at, but they do have several good semi-carry roles. Good mobility, definitely, with the Bubbles' ability to get around the map. Nymphora's ultimate, Dr. Repulsor, of course, nasty, very capable of getting around.
I love the way you say Repulsor.
Repulsor?
I just say it like Repulsor.
Oh, Repulsor.
You made it like into some
Dr. Repulsor.
Evil, exactly. Some evil nemesis in like a Lord of the Rings book or something. Anyway, like you were talking about, it's an interesting lineup. We'll have to see how effective it is. I'm not sure I really like the Nymph pickup, honestly, just because you really have to know what you're doing when you pick up an Nymphora. Like, the only teams that really have succeeded with the Nymphora pickup is pretty much formerly known as Empire and PHB. Like, they run her a lot, and they know her, and they know how to play her well. But I've seen her picked up a lot when she's useless. She's not that great in a tri-lane, unless you have Pebbles in the tri-lane, and then beyond that, she just kind of feeds. So unless you can use her ultimate, her teleportation to the best ability, and you just require a really coordinated team for that. But that's just my opinion.
They do at least have Nymphora there going with Hammerstorm. I could see that being a good, good benefit there, because that's kind of also similar to the Pebbles, except Pebbles obviously has the combination he can get out, whereas Hammerstorm's just mana starved. But has a really nice AoE stun there. And wow, what the lineup for the Hellborn here, lined up waiting for someone to come up this middle lane. So it looks like INFS is going to be going for the early quad lane here middle trying to pick up an early kill, and then they'll probably separate their own ways.
I'm very happy to see the flying courier scouting. I'm always it's always kills me a little bit when the teams don't upgrade to flying right away and don't scout at the lanes. But oh no, but
Oh, fails all around.
I don't even want to go ahead. You can comment this.
Yeah, they not much to comment now other than a failed retreat for the most part, as the saplings are doing a good job of scaring Valkyrie back out of there. And the Legion's rallying here. Are they going to be able to do anything? Oh, a
go
Nymph
saplings,
seal.
go!
There we go. Does land. They get a combination out. This INFS quad lane failing pretty miserably early on here. Picking up a double tap for Dr. Repulsor. I think that is the exact opposite of what they were going for. It is a 50, 51, 52, 53. Am I a little bit behind or ahead?
Nope, that's cool. It just sometimes desyncs on loading. I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, that was pretty sloppy all around. I think they were hoping Magnus was going to get the initiation stun off, but that level 1 stun doesn't have that great of a range on it. What is the range on that to begin with here?
400.
400, yeah, it's pretty much melee range.
Terrible position now. I mean, his help is coming back. Oh, you might be able to stun out. They do get the kill on Amphora, though. So, great job there.
Well, that's at least a little bit of a silver lining as Magnus healing up and getting some mana rege built here. Oh, and Torture probably going to be joining him as Valkyrie dodges the stun, gets another auto attack for the win, and picks up a kill there. So now we are balanced out at 2-2. Unfortunately, though, Dr. Repulsor is going to be having a heyday in middle, seeing that he is now, 2-0, instead of being at the negative that they're really hoping to get him at in the beginning. So I think Aluna's going to have a little bit of a challenge here versus Repulsor early.
Yep, I would agree.
But yeah, that was just so sad seeing that fail the way that it did. They should have, I don't know, Valkyrie should have definitely thrown her arrow out a lot sooner. As soon as Magnus did manage to finally go ahead and land a stun, it was a little bit delayed, and I think they were just planning on that lasting a little longer than what it was. And of course, Andromeda's stun not being really all that long of range right now either. Just was kind of a bit of a sloppy mess there. Up top, though, we have Tundra facing off against Bubbles. Tundra having picked up a Ring of Protection, or Guardian Ring, I should say. Probably going to be going for the little mana ring there. What is I want to keep wanting to call it the Ring of the Teacher. That's right?
Yep.
Yes. I always doubt myself whenever I think it's a Dota name. But probably going for that to give himself a good solo lane presence. Meanwhile, the action continues to be passed back and forth down here at bottom as a counter ward is placed, and ward's being taken down there to rob the Hellborn of a little bit of vision.
Yeah, one thing I did want to note, which is interesting about these tri-lanes, is that they both went for very offensive tri-lanes. And usually when you see an offensive tri-lane, you see it versus a farming tri-lane. And what I mean by that, for you nublets out there, is that a farming tri-lane is one where you have two supports, stunners usually supporting one hero who's getting most of the farm. And I mean, in this case, you see Valkyrie taking all of the farm here for the Hellborn, as opposed to the Legion is kind of playing a little bit passive. But I still wouldn't really define this as a farming tri-lane, just because Valkyrie is considered more of a semi-carry, and she's still effective regardless of whether she is, because she has her arrow and her nuke as well, so it's pretty offensive. But on the other side, you don't really see, I mean, they could give the farm to Torture, you could give it to Hammerstorm for an early portal key, which is what I'd probably do. But again, it's not really dependent on that farming hero. So there should be a lot of action in the bottom. Either that, or you see what they're doing now is a lot of roaming and a lot of guarding the runes.
Oh, Tundra's so lucky. 12 HP making it out of that. He was keeping some really good harass up on Bubbles, and Bubbles finally had enough of it and slapped him back, and now Tundra limping his way back to the courier to get himself some healing. But yeah, as far as the offensive lane setup here, I mean, it is kind of at least an odd game because you don't really see a true hard carry for either team. You know, it's not based around that farm lane like you were talking about. You've got a Valkyrie, which is a good solid carry for the Hellborn. And I guess Tundra's got an initiate. He's more of an initiator, maybe semi-carry. But yeah, I mean, even Aluna maybe sometimes get classified as semi-carry, or I know S2 called her carry, but I don't necessarily agree 100% on that. But on the Legion side, however, you do have a Dr. Repulsor, which has a really strong presence if you can get him some good farm and be strong early game. Torturer is another really good one if you can get some good farm. He can be a really strong presence in a game. Bubbles, of course, known for his solo lane, being able to get built up as well. So I don't know. If I'm looking at a late game potential here, I might lean this towards the Legion. As balanced as it is right now, and Dr. Repulsor getting maybe a little bit of an edge middle, he's getting quite a bit of harass done to him. He's at 298 gold per minute, whereas Aluna is sitting at 213, so he's winning that out right now, but he does have 2 hero kills under his belt.
2. Yes, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's the whole debacle in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, Dr. Repulsor can get absolutely ridiculous, and there's nothing you can do because he's just zipping around the map. But that's obviously a long way from where he is now. And I don't know, I wouldn't really count out the Hellborn. I kind of give them the edge in the mid to late game because of Aluna and Valkyrie, and Valkyrie's the one getting all of the farm. And speaking of Dr. Repulsor, he's going to pick off Aluna here on the way to get that double damage rune as well. So Asinel not having a very good time in this mid lane, and you gotta think that, okay, well now Dr. Repulsor just hit 6, so that's pretty bad. But I would have liked to see Magma Sandro do a roam towards middle lane. Now it'll be a lot harder because of the fact he just reached 6, and a lot harder to pick him off. But they really got to help out their mid here, or else it's just going to get ridiculous, like you were talking about.
Yeah, it's going to snowball if he can continue to get the early domination that he's getting so far. You know, he has picked up the double damage. He does, you know, that's going to give him a nice little bit, especially whenever Asinel gets back to mid here. Get a few pot shots off, and here we go. Here you see that that roaming going on that you were just talking about. Andromeda and Magnus do decide to go ahead and go towards the middle here. Hopefully it does not cost them their bottom lane, but Dr. Repulsor going in onto her, and strangely she's running towards the Legion side, so he's like, I will run this way, and escapes a very pretty obvious gank going out there. But yeah, that's Repulsor. He's very hard to tack down in place.
Well, and that's why I was saying it was kind of a little late gank, and there's not a lot they can do, and now he's gonna come top and yeah, maybe pick off this Tundra. I don't know whether he'll have enough.
Not with that manas. Oh boy, here comes Andro for the stun. Is she going to do it? No, she just says throw that out instead. The ultimate from Bubbles did come out there. Dr. Repulsor now trying to get out desperately. Not sure if he's going to be able to do so. He kind of walked himself into a trap as the Luna ultimate catches him with her power throw. So very nicely done. So yeah, that was I think that was definitely a little bit of an overplay from Doctor. He knew he was getting chased up through the woods from that direction, and instead of, you know, going ahead and looping back around and getting back into lane, he decides he's going to go on to Tundra. Didn't really work out. Magnus getting initiated in on bottom, does go down to Nymphora actually, and unfortunately Valkyrie not able to assist very much in that. Did get an arrow out, but just not quite enough.
Yeah, and that's just map awareness right there. Why you need to always watch your minimap, knowing that Andromeda was top. Only 2 people bottom. You pick up an easy kill on Magnus. 3v2?
Yeah, looks like Doctor does come back with a vengeance. He is going to go ahead and try and get the Aluna. He does do so successfully. Uses up all of his mana in the process, but he has a bottle. That's what Dr. Repulsor does. And now I guess they did go ahead and decide to put Valkyrie down here since she has a little bit better chance to escape from this tri-lane situation they've got bottom. Oh, a nice disjointing, but unfortunately it does still land in the area and manage to stun both of them.
Yes, but they weren't able to follow it up, which is what is important.
Yeah, but they got Nymphora for manners. They don't have to worry about that. They can keep spamming that hammer.
True. True enough.
And Tundra, how are you doing up here, buddy? He has an illusion rune bottle, actually, and it looks like the teams are lining up to maybe go ahead and duke it out bottom once more. 4 for the Legion team down here, and 3 for the Hellborn so far. The Nymph Seal going out to go ahead and hit some creeps. But let's look and see. We're almost at 10 minutes into this game. Are there any interesting item pickups so far?
I don't think so. I hate doing early items. And I'm getting Steam pop-ups over my right, so once again...
Sure, 10 minutes in, we've got...
Right here. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. We have a bottle and boots and are going to teach your pickup on Tundra. Nothing surprising there. Bottle, boots on Aluna. Bottle, steam boots finished on Dr. Repulsor. He's the one really to note. We got... He's probably the one who's most farm, but we do actually have steam boots as well pick up on Hammerstorm. So that's pretty big. It's pretty early on for him to get that. But we have a gank coming out at bottom. Magnus is going to stun it, followed up by a 2-second arrow. And yeah, Bubbles is going to be absolutely obliterated down at the bottom lane. So very nicely
nice
done.
use of the Aluna Global, too. She did go ahead and land that as well once it was lined up with those stuns. Got that chucked from the rune. There was who was it that I saw that was
being completely useless.
that was using that strategy? They were using a Luna or Bombardier and Thunderbringer. They were going for the global strat, and they needed at least those two. It was working really well for them because sometimes when you get like a three-man group going in, and you've got your two solos like a Luna going mid, and maybe you have Thunderbringer sitting top by his lonesome, and then just whenever they say, "Hey, we're going in," pop your ultis. That can definitely turn the tide of a battle really quick, especially since it's only like 3 people in a lane. It's not enough to panic and send everyone in. So, speaking of sending everyone in,
why are they diving?
I don't know.
Good. I don't know if they're gonna be able to catch Andromeda here.
I think they might, as it's going to be pretty close. Nymphora might go ahead and pick up the kill. Dr. Repulsor flying into the rescue is going to save Bubbles. Going onto this Valkyrie, though, instead of picking up the easy kill on a Magnus, Magnus does go down. Valkyrie now in a little bit of trouble. Oh, come on, Torturer. Letting her wander.
Auto attack?
Yeah. Oh, and now Luna going to be escaping out as well. And I don't think they're going to be able to catch this Valkyrie unless they just get really lucky and he happens to double back the wrong way.
Total facepalm moment right there for Torture.
Yes, indeed. That was definitely a big oopsie there, as Valk's going to go ahead and make it out here.
I can sympathize, though. Sometimes you're like watching what's going on the right and then you don't even see the flash.
Yeah, you're panned over there and you've got your...
One more auto attack.
Got your move queued up, getting ready to do your stuff, and then it's like, dude, he just
so
ran
ready,
past
and
you.
then, yeah.
What?
We did see the top tower go down at the same time, but what I wanted to say was I absolutely love global strategies. I think they're one of the best ways to kill tri-lanes, which I absolutely hate. Like you were talking about the Thunderbringer Bombardier, I think one of the thing I remember most from using that strategy is when you run a Hammerstorm in your tri-lane, if you can manage to land a stun on more than one hero, you can just absolutely obliterate with the Bombardier ultimate come out with Thunderbringer as well. It's just kind of lulzy to see. Yeah, I actually love that strategy. That's why you don't really see it anymore. Anyway, sorry. Lebanon, Dr. Repulsor's still gonna survive. Oh my god.
Wow, Tundra just being a man and charging from around behind the tower. And came up straight from behind, launched his ultimate, got his axes, or hammers in this case, in there and did some damage, but man, just not enough to take that Repulsor down. As soon as he was unstunned, he jetted on out and made his escape. So he continues his farm, and unfortunately Aluna and Tundra both out of mana and returning to the fountain. So an unfortunate attempt of a gank there on Repulsor. They're going to have to bring a little more firepower next time.
Okay, random, not really useful comment of this cast.
Mm-hmm.
Can't guarantee this will be the only one, but I absolutely love the tail on the Tundra Beast. I don't know what it is.
Oh, really?
Is it like
I haven't been watching its ass.
a mammoth or something? Anyway, the tail is like the cutest thing on it.
Oh, it's got a rabbit tail.
Adorable. I don't know why. Random.
Yep, little tough tail there. Never noticed that. As Dr. Repulsor is getting his vengeance on this Tundra, showing him how to do a gank right, as he does go ahead and pick up the kill there. And now also the Hellborn coming in here, going to pick up Bubbles, as Dr. Repulsor says, sorry, bro. I got to save myself here. As Jet's back, going to get a TP going. Is he going to dodge the stun? Oh, the swap interrupting it at the last second.
Nice.
Kind of helped him out a little bit, though. Got him back into lane. He's going to have enough mana to jet out of here in just a second. There it is. Now he's going to probably be okay. Maybe.
Did you see that death animation, though?
Oh, I did not. I wasn't paying attention to it.
Well, watch for it next time. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, Legion picking up a tower kill. Torturer, of course, showing that massive pushing power that he has. Hammerstorm popping the ultimate down there as well to aid in that, as the game is now brought to 8-8. A little bit of an advantage so far on the Hellborn side. It doesn't necessarily seem like that as far as how the fights have been going. That could just be because they've been balancing it out a little bit more in that bottom lane versus, Repulsor getting most of the loving on the Legion. So I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
Repulsor is
Most
6
of
and
the ti-
1 right now.
Yeah. I wanted to mention that actually. A lot of the fact is we do see Captain Boner playing that Tundra in the top lane. He did die that once, but he is sitting at 66 and 7 creep skill, 276 gold per minute, as opposed to the bubbles that he was facing, 35 and 4, 164 gold per minute. So he definitely did win that top lane. So nicely played by him, but in the middle as well, it kind of felt like Dr. Paulson was absolutely owning. Speaking of which, he's going to jump in onto Valkyrie and absolutely take him out.
Nice bit of coordination there. As all four seem to move forward at the same time. And in return, there goes Dr. Pulsar getting a 4 of the other team onto him. Bubble's going to be going down here as well, most likely, but not before picking up Magnus and jetting out himself. There goes the quad kill.
Oh my gosh.
For Bubbles. Wow, and that's how they do it, I guess.
I guess that's why I shouldn't be shit-talking Bubbles.
That'll help his farm out a little bit. He's up to 228 gold per minute immediately following that, after sitting in the lower tier there for his squad.
Yeah, so no, I was about to say, like, even though Dr. Repulsor was sitting at 6 and 1 just a moment ago, he's 6 and 2 now. Arrow going to come in and miss there, but he is still sitting at 36 and 5, so that also doesn't really compare to Aluna's 68 and 9. So even though it kind of feels like Voodoo Festers had the edge at the beginning of this game, we see both the solos on Infuse doing so much better in creep score, and that's kind of made up for the gold difference there. And now they are behind, of course, now that I actually have the chance to say this. But, and again, Amingo was farming in the tri-lane much better than the Hammerstorm or the Torturer was as well, so.
Yeah, they had a pretty good little lead going there for a while. Unfortunately, Dr. Pulsar are going to be having a little bit of a God mode complex, thinking he can pick off an Andromeda by him lonesome. But unfortunately, there were a few Hellborn teammates waiting to land stuns and other things for him. So definitely a bad call there on Dr. Pulsar, as Magnus hoping to land something. Nope, he's going to go ahead and back it on up out of here.
Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up.
Because his daddy taught him good. So, oh.
Sorry.
Latest and greatest, as Smock and Monoxen duet. Some of the greatest of the internet songs.
Yep, right here, folks. You heard it.
Oh man, Smock, I've missed casting. As
Oh,
Nymphora is a dead Nymphora.
Oh my gosh.
Gonna eat the combination. Bubbles jetting in there. I thought he was on the enemy team. I was like, he's gonna pick up a Torturer. But no, they're on the same team, so. Unfortunately, the Bubbles ultimate does go out, catches a Luna. They are going to follow it up with some nice stuns here. Dr. Pulsar saying, screw that, I'm going for Valkyrie. Jets past everyone, and it continues to go on her. There he goes, picks up the kill. And now we have, Andromeda's still running around, running amok, as it were. Don't think she's going to be able to make it out here. Bubbles should be able to jet in the next 2, 1, 0. Here comes the shell. And it lands. Oh, but a nice Magnus stun.
Mag!
Oh, sacrificing himself to save Andromeda, who is gonna come back in.
Die anyway.
Oh no. Yep.
I'm so negative, yeah, but when you got Dr. Pulse around, you can't just kind of run around.
He was so tortured too that Andromeda was like, "No, I gotta go help him. He saved me." No, Andro, run, run, Andro. Okay, I'm sorry. Turns around, too late. Dr. Pulsar comes in, goes ahead and makes up the distance there. So, wow. Yeah, very unfortunate, as it is now a little bit more leaning towards the Legion team. We've got a 3,000 almost experience lead and a 1,500-ish gold lead. So that's pretty respectable. Not too much to, it's not definitely not insurmountable, but we have a 9 and 3 Dr. Repulsor sitting at 266 gold per minute. He has a mana tube
actually,
now.
just to say, was actually not that great considering. But
yeah,
anyway,
considering
sorry,
everything, the three
considering
assists,
he's
9
9
kills.
and 3, sitting at 260 is not what we're used to seeing.
I think it's because the majority of his kills happen so early, and he still has like no CK. I don't know why he's just focusing so much on the gank right now. I guess that's kind of costing him a little bit. However, what are the other gold scores here? Looks like the highest in the game right now belongs to Astanel on Aluna. Actually, having picked up a Steam Staff, Steam Boots, and Bottle and Chalice there. I don't know if there's any other major item item pickups so far. Ghost Marchers and Mighty Blade on Valkyrie.
We have a portal key on Tundra,
Wow, that's impressive. He's been busy.
which is pretty big. I have to say, as long as he can use it effectively.
Should give some nice initiation capabilities here to the Legion team. No, Hellborn team is what he's on. As Nymphora, unfortunately, going to get caught out here. Does go down in the steam bath. Aluna finally showing up to try and catch his Dr. Repulsor, but he's going to jet out just fine. What is Tundra up to? Yep. So,
Marku.
that's gonna be here.
Sorry,
What were
I
you
never
voting
really
for?
went over the lineups, did we?
Oh, the actual individuals.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now. Go. Get out.
Go. You have a pause.
All right, we have Amingo. This is
They need to see
INFS
their
on the
names and lights.
Hellborn
Oh
team.
man, look at those colors.
This is Amingo. We have Andromeda, who is being played by Lullin Vizrun. Magmus is Buck. Astanel playing on that Aluna. And Captain Boner, the ever-loved Captain Boner, playing Tundra. And that rounds out the INFS team. And for the VFS, the Voodoo
Festers.
Thems, we have Zapman on Dr. Repulsor, Nicky Nonk on Hammerstorm, good old Helga, and Pimp Muckle on Torturer, Marco on Nymphora,
Can't say
and
Marku.
Marku.
I
Okay, that
like
could
their
be.
names like Zapman, Nicky Nonk, Pimp Muckle, Marku, and
the Moon Raider.
one.
One.
Not
Brother to Moon Raider 2. Oh, so
There's
yeah.
some crazy stuff going down at the Ancients, though. Just gotta say.
Isdar. Whoa, that looks pretty crazy indeed. Hammerstorm doing some crazy disco effects there while paused. As they are going to go ahead and take down this, is it triple stack of Ancients. Dr. Repulsor having to back up a little bit. Hammerstorm deciding to pop the ultimate. I don't know that he's going to be able to finish this off without... yeah, there, that hammer will take care of it.
He did not use his ultimate.
Oh, he didn't?
You
he used
noob.
Galvanize. Okay, well, I saw the thing. I wasn't expecting Galvanize. I was like, okay, he's desperate now. No, he used Galvanize. That was me being a noob. As she called correctly. Astanel, however...
You're allowed to have one noob moment.
One noob moment. As the scouting Shiver has been sent into the Legion Woods there, trying to keep a good eye out for Tundra here mid, as he's doing a little bit of a solo mid at the moment. Not too much going down right now. They kind of got a little bit of a standoff. They're deciding to have a little bit of a farm war, and I think if it does come down to a farm war, I don't know. Tundra's got a good capability there, and Valkyrie's nice, but I really think that Torturer, Doctor, Helga, and Bubbles is really the better, farm squad. If you're going to sit down and farm, I think the Legion's got the farm game.
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Think so.
I don't know.
Nope.
We'll just have to see. I guess they do have a nice team fight there for the INFS squad with the Magmus ultimate and everything. The Valkyrie and Viz being able to top on top of that. But yeah, not too much action going on here. A lot of warding getting thrown down here. Lullin Viz rune did do the counter warding at this bottom rune here, and also having a ward of sight as well. Most of these wards look like they're about ready to wear out. Ward of Revelation from Mark O. And Lullin Viz.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of just dancing around doing the farm thing right now, looks like. Getting ready to pull up with Andro here. Going to stack these Ancients one more time.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like, the only way I really see the Legion winning the farm war is, like we were saying before. Well, I was saying before. If Dr. Repulsor gets absolutely ridiculous and they can't lock him down. Beyond that, Aluna, Valk have this in my books.
Alright, well, we'll have to see what it comes down to here in the end. Hopefully, Smock has not been cheating and looking at the stats or anything.
Hopefully, you have not been cheating and looking at the stats or anything.
Well, I don't know. I didn't look at the stats really. I just like to say that it looks like it's going to be a good game because Smock picked this one, by the way. So
I was requested to cast this one, so I trust it's going to be a good game. Either way.
oh, good, good. As we have no action still taking place here in the Heroes of New Earth arena, Tundra, however, faithfully farming middle, the ever elegant and noble Tundra. What is that thing that he's... I guess it's just a big ram, isn't it?
I think it's a mammoth.
Mammoth? No. No, it's got horns on its head, on the top of its
Yeah?
head, not its tusks. Mammoths have tusks.
I guess that's true.
It's more of a gigantic ram, I guess. What is the thing he's got on his back, though? Oh, it's his other axe weapon. Just a weird shape. I won't say what it looks like. Anyways, let's look at Nymphora here. Someone was designing that one. Wow, come on,
Sharkenhead
guys, do
almost
something.
finished on Hammerstorm. Yeah, he's not actually doing too bad. Or Helga, I suppose. She's not doing too bad. She's at 263 gold per minute. Could be better. Could be worse. Choosing not to go for a portal key, which I can understand. I mean, they do have enough mobility on their team,
They have
but
a
it was
bubbles
still,
for
and
initiation.
they do have a doctor as well.
Yeah, to be able to
And an
fly in.
M4 to teleport him around at will. So I mean, it's not the worst choice. And at this point, it'll give him a lot more survivability when it comes to disables. So I can't really complain about that. When we look at Torture, he's picked up a bunch of bracers. So definitely going support Torture.
And the Striders as well. That's kind of a little
Yeah.
bit surprising here. I wonder if he's going to swap out and go for the Ghost Marchers at some point here, because...
I doubt it. No, I know Pimp Malco is usually their support player, at least second support. So
not going the carry route
probably
on
not
Torturer.
going carry Torture, and he didn't really get a lot of farm in the tri lane either, considering he's sitting at 39 and 4, but 170 gold per minute. So he's probably going to help out a bit with Nymphora with the warding and whatnot.
That is a shame. I love to see a good carry Tort.
Oh, me too.
But
If you want to
unfortunately
watch some
not going to
awesome
see it.
Tort, there was a game, I forget, it was a couple weeks ago with PHB with Phaser on Pharaoh and Scandal on Torture, and it was just so much fun to watch. I forget what it was, but I'll look it up after and post it if anyone's interested, because it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I love seeing some of those heroes that you don't get to see a whole lot. Kind of curious as to... have they gone ahead and said anything on Trimble? Do they allow him in competitive play here at all yet? Or
Yeah, they do. She's unbanned. I guess it's a she. I don't know. I always call it a she.
well, that's gender preference. That's just because women are supposed to reference things as she's, especially in writing and things.
What?
My girlfriend's a journalist. She got negative points for putting he in there as
Really?
annotation. Yep, when you're a female in writing, you're supposed to put from the female perspective automatically if it's non-gendered.
Okay, but nobody does that.
Yeah, I know. Nobody does it, but she got points off of paper. I remember that. So.
Wow. Okay, well, you learn something new every day, I guess.
There's that rainbow. The more you know.
The more you know. In any case, I think it's a she just because it's a big, ugly bug thing. And
Oh. And that makes you automatically
It's
think
she.
woman. Yeah, of course.
I don't know why that makes sense to me.
Dr. Polza nearly got caught by Tundra there. It looked like he was winding up for the ultimate, but did not actually get it out. Tundra just continuing his farm here, and I don't know, I might be changing my story here. If Tundra and Valkyrie continue to get the farm that they're getting, while, you know, Torturer's not going for any kind of a carry potential. Bubbles is doing okay, but not really. I mean, the items he's getting is not going to give him a huge carry. He's just going to be more of a good support disabler. However, Hammerstorm picking up some nice items as Valkyrie finally goes down. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes. I'm kind of... I don't want to back and forth there. Oh, Repulsor almost has his Nullstone as well.
Yeah, and that will help him, again, be untouchable once he picks that up. But, like, sorry, as I was saying, yeah, Tremble, I can only see her auto-banned. Well, not auto-banned, but, like, insta-first ban type thing, where she has to be banned.
So you have seen her
competitive play.
some
I
as
have
well?
seen her
Just
banned
okay.
every game that I've watched recently. She's been banned in.
I didn't know if it was a gentleman's ban because everyone understands the problem currently existing there.
Oh, Tundra's gonna
Magnus.
port in onto Hammerstorm and use that ultimate. He's not able to do enough damage. BKB, so excuse me, Sharkenhead picked up on him. Bubbles is gonna come in and get a beautiful silence off of Magnus before he can finish his ultimate, and is gonna be finished off by the hammer there as well. So wow, a very, very good turnaround there from the Legion team, and now they're gonna pick up a kill onto a Luna as well. Oh, the swap almost gets it, and yeah. So, nicely played there.
Never mind,
Nice
Tundra's
arrow.
back. And now they're going to go ahead and try and pick up this Hammerstorm. Most likely they will with all that nice slowification. I believe that's the technical term. Going out there as, yes, Hammerstorm does go down. Doctor decides to jet on out as this is not looking pretty here. Nymph4 decides to stand and get the stun out instead of continuing her run. So a nice... Did Tundra have to buy back in that, or was he just...
I don't think he ever died. He just
Did he
ran
not?
away like a little
Okay.
pussy.
Well, he did come back at just the right time, managed to take and get them, turn the tide of that battle back. I think it basically ended up being kind of an even draw when everything was said and done. The Hellborn might have ended up a little bit on the better end of that, as they do currently have a 3,000 gold lead, and the experience lead is pretty much in either team's hand right now.
And honestly, I just want to mention that I really... Tundra as a hero is kind of meh until you add that stupid slow from Curl, or however you say his name.
Coral. That's how I say it. I'm not sure that that's right, but that's how I
The
say
cute
it.
little tiger loser thing. That slow is absolutely ridiculous. It's like a free Frostwolf skull almost.
Yeah,
and,
it is definitely nasty, and he has picked up.
yeah, like he would
too.
just be a kind of a meh hero in my opinion without that crazy slow. And
I
that you
haven't
can
got to
it
see
going
him a
forward.
whole lot as of late, and I say as of late. I haven't watched that many games lately, but in the games that I have watched, I haven't really seen Tundra all that much, and I guess it's just because he's kind of a niche, there that he fits into.
Well, yeah, he really needs to fit into a certain lineup. He doesn't really work. You won't ever really see him in a tri lane. He really needs a solo lane, and when it comes to getting a solo hero, there's just so many better ones in my opinion sometimes. So it's really like you got to have a player who really likes him and really advocates for him. Like I know Captain Bona really loves him, so that's why you see him picked up sometime on INFS. But other than that, it's really like you'd much rather go for a Bubbles or a Doctor or a Hag rather than pick up a Tundra, because I mean he is melee as well, so sometimes he will have harder problems in lane, even in solo lane. So
Yeah, as we see a little bit of a counter ward battle going as what I was watching, Marco facing off against Lol and Vizrune down here, as the Ward of Revelations were placed out, and I think that both guys managed to get rid of the other's Ward of Sight. So a draw essentially taking place in the Ward Wars. Look at all these Ward of Revelations from Lol and Vizrune. He is just on top of it. They don't really have that much vision out there, but they have been trying to do the little bit of counter warding that they can, as neither team really has much vision on the map currently.
yeah, if you can see the top, Lolin Vizoon is doing, I can't call him that, sorry, Pillows is doing a great job, just dotting
That's
the
Pillows, okay.
entire map with Word of Revelations. So, I don't know, he could be a little more efficient in my opinion. You see three at the bottom here, but
in the very near vicinity.
He wants to cover it.
He's so dedicated.
Gotta give him a shout out for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really that many items or anything he could be picking up, but he could maybe get something to give him a little more survivability, so it isn't always a complete sacrifice every time he swaps out. But he's just playing the good support there and making sure that he tries to keep the enemy vision to a minimum.
Yep.
And they do at least have
Portal key pickup on Magnus is definitely
does he?
big to note.
That's
so
noteworthy.
Watch out for the next team fight, because I'm sure unless they catch sight of him here, he might be able to get the jump the first time.
And Valkyrie's had it for a while, but she does
Yeah.
have Frostburn and has picked up a Warhammer. I'm guessing she's going to turn that Warhammer into a Shrunken Head eventually here. Would you think? Or is she going to go for Savage? Or wait, is that how you...
I would guess Shrunken.
How do you do
But
Savage
she
anymore?
could be rushing a quick Savage, yeah.
Did they change the way the Savage was made, or is that the way that's always been with two Warhammers?
No, that's in Shieldbreaker.
Oh,
I'm
Shieldbreaker. Okay.
not even thinking anything. Sorry. Yeah. No, she's definitely going for Shuriken, and they're going for Conqueror here as well, and they're doing a lot of damage thanks to a double pickup on Aluna.
And that Hellflower she's got, giving her a lot of attack speed.
Yep, love that item. One of the best items in the game, in my opinion. Underused.
They changed the cooldown on the token.
Yes, it is 7 minutes now.
Oh. Was that as a late patch, or was that, have I just been that out of touch?
It was pretty recent, yeah. You should probably read your past notes, son.
Yeah. I got some time.
I don't know. I kind of see what they were trying to do with it. They want to make it so you can't just kind of sit around with the token.
Be so padded with it, yeah. And just say, well, okay.
I don't really think it really worked. They wanted to, I guess, basically make Kongor less important.
Well, to try and help balance out the...
I suppose, especially since it's kind of imbalanced for the Hellborn still. But that's another rant. Either way, I don't really think it is all that effective. But
yeah, in gaining what they were going for. Yeah, not terribly. As here we... Wow, look at this Ring Around the Rosies they are playing here, trying to catch up with this group of retreating Legion members here. As the Wards of Revelation going to show... Oh, Aluna not walking into it, though. Unfortunately, NIM4 going to get caught out here. Magnus stunning away so he can survive. Dr. Repulsor flying in at the last second. Going to grab this Magnus. Oh, but the Invis spoils that slightly. As now Repulsor with no mana is going to be forced to try and retreat. Trying to follow where everyone is at. Magnus gets a nice ultimate off, jumps back into the battle, takes down Repulsor. Bubbles waiting for his portal key. There, no, he's not going to go for it. He does go ahead and use his Shell Surf to get out. Tundra being chased down by Hammerstorm. Oh, Magnus, you are so damn lucky. Oh, Torture being picked off by Tundra. And here we go. Let's see if Hammerstorm gets taken down by this Valkyrie. Oh, there it is. That should do it. Oh, and that was a big exchange going out there in favor of the Hellborn, as that brings the score pretty much closer to even now, as it's 21-19, gives them a pretty strong lead in experience and gold. You know, about the 5,000, 6,000 margin for both. So looking good there. That was definitely a good series of events to happen for the Hellborn.
Yeah, most definitely. At the start there, I thought it was going terribly wrong for the Hellborn. Things seem to be going for the Legion, but of course that token being used and a huge ultimate by Buck there on Magnus. Beautifully landed. And does a lot of damage, obviously. So it was well played there, and they definitely came out on top of that.
Did Repulsor have his Null Stone for that last fight, or did he just now pick that up in Fountain? I'm not sure.
I believe he had it.
Okay.
And he's also picked up a Arcana now. It is not a Great Arcana anymore.
Yes, because we're so nitpicky about that Great being in there.
Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about.
Curious as to why they made a big deal of that in the the notes. Oh, I don't want to have to call it a Great Arcana that involves a whole nother syllable being used. But yeah, they're gonna go ahead.
Maybe it's not just that great. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they have plans to add in a Great Arcana.
Sucks.
Maybe you can piece together like 2 of them in the future to make a great one. As Barrier Idol picked up on Torturer. I've seen that on him. I didn't mention it, though. That is a pretty nice pickup for playing a support role there. Definitely not going to aid him too much in the damage department or mana sustainability, as is Torturer's usual bane. Nymphora...
but if he can get it off before the Mag Ultimate, it's going to be absolutely huge.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good pickup for his team, not so good for him, or for my desire to see a carry Tort. But Nymphora got Blood Chalice and Strider so far doing her typical support thing. Bubbles has his Portal Key Storm Spirit, which he's been sitting on for a long time. Not sure that I've really seen that get off other than maybe once or twice. I guess it is kind of a limited usage item. You're not going to see a ton of opportunities to be able to use it. Mostly he's probably got it so he can make sure to get his Portal Key off if he gets caught. But also picking up the Gnome's Wisdom. And for the Hellborn, we have Valkyrie picking up the Warhammer, a Slayer, and again her Frostburn, which she's been sitting on for a while now. Andros doing her support thing. Magnus picking up a Tablet of Command to go along with his Portal Key. Aluna has her Shrunken Head finished. and Hellflower, which she's been sitting on, and Tundra. What do you Oh, Bound Eye on Tundra.
They did change the Savage Mace. I am such a noob.
I thought that they did, because they got rid of
I'm
Halibut.
sorry.
They changed so many different items. They got rid of Broadsword or some of
no,
that
it's
stuff.
the 1500 one. No, she was gonna go straight for Savage, I guess.
Okay.
Apologies.
Going for the Savage.
I am bad.
Yeah,
did you mention the
was your
Bound
one
Eye
fail.
pickup?
Yeah, I was just getting ready
Yeah.
to talk on the Bound Eye pickup there, and Puzzle Box level 3 has been finished by Tundra. He's going to head top now and hopefully try and pick up a Dr. Repulsor kill. Oh, but the Cold Shoulder being used to pop the Null Stone on Dr. Repulsor, and the whole Hellborn team comes for the party as they pick up the kill there. Nicely done, and good presence of mind from Tundra there to go ahead and try and pop that Null Stone immediately. So he could get his ultimate off and keep Repulsor sitting still.
Yeah, it's interesting, the Bound Eye pickup. I mean, I know we saw Lol and Vizoon kind of pooping those Ward of Revolutions around the map before, and that will definitely help with that. But he also picked up the Puzzle Box 3, so he could clearly counter Ward with that as well. So
seems a little redundant.
It's kind of redundant, especially since you got the birdie thing to scout out. Like, it's a lot easier to counter ward when you have that thing. You don't have to bring the courier over for some places to counter ward. So I don't know, it's kind of weird to me, but okay.
Yeah, we got Magnus sitting over here in the woods. A nice positioning from him as he's hoping to be able to set up a nice ultimate. If he get that ult, he's level 16 now, so he does have level 3 of his ultimate. If he can get a nice ultimate off here, that's definitely going to tip this next fight into the Hellborn's favor, not only because of that, but because Dr. Repulsor is just now going to be coming up. And here goes the ultimate. They do go ahead and wait until Dr. Repulsor's up. Oh, that was bad timing all around, I gotta say, as Magnus is going to take a lot of damage here. 2 of the Hellborn already down. Repulsor is flying into battle, going to be trying to catch up to an Invis Valkyrie, and he's not going to be able to see her. But she's stuck, so it doesn't matter.
Hence Invis.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Managed to get herself stuck and decided, because she's figured, well, I'm not going to be able to outrun him, so I'm just going to juke over here. But unfortunately, her cooldown, or her fade effect, took a little bit too long, and she got trapped in there with the creeps and didn't really have anywhere to go. So a nice turnaround for the Legion.
That was just like complete disorganization on the part of the Hellborn.
I think Buck got a little bit antsy there and decided he wanted to do his ultimate one way or the other. And he's like, come on, the Repulsor's going to be up. He's going to be up now. And they went in.
Well,
but,
yeah, and I mean, when he went in, I wish I could ping on the map, but they were like way far back.
They were way too. They just had their creep wheel.
Their
creep wave knocked out.
And
no reason for him to have gone then, other than trying to beat Repulsor out the gate. But it just got him in a bad position. A Luna ran in to try and help. She immediately got taken down. Just a bad choice of initiation there, and that cost them their 6,000, almost 7,000 experience lead, as now it's back into the Legion's favor. So a nice back-and-forth game here so far. Definitely some mistakes being made from both sides. Repulsor having his share of God mode complexes, thinking that he can push up on a tower by his lonesome or jump in on one hero when there's obviously more around. But definitely, all in all, a good game so far. Curious to see how it pans out in the end, as it is 24-20. Still anyone's game.
Yeah, no, definitely. A lot we'll say will be based on these team fights. They were, oh, they're still in the lead for towers. Nope, they're tied. I can't count. There you go.
Yeah, I never pay attention to that, but they do have the towers down in the little boxes next to their names or whatever under the experience and gold differential.
That requires reading.
Yeah, I'm never any good at that either. I always start to count it and I'm like, oh, I can just look there. 7-7. Okay, that's cool. 1 deny. They are going to go and try and do this triple stack of critters here. The Hellborn is aware of it though, so they are going to try and snipe some of these creeps. The Valkyrie ultimate does go out. They're going to try and charge in here. Will the Legion get out in time? Bubbles, no! Don't do it, Bubbles. He does jet in.
Oh,
now he's going to try and wait for his
beautiful Magnus stun.
Yes, indeed. I didn't see that. Magnus ultimate coming out now as he's going to walk into them. There he does go ahead and get the ultimate out. Torturer coming back in onto Bubbles. And, yeah, it's...
That was so unfortunate, and things are still going. Dr. Repulsor is not getting comboed down at all here. There we go. He finally gets some damage put out onto him, and the creeps do going to work, but he is able to get away and get the pick off onto Andromeda. He's finally going to go down. Beautiful job there. Quad kill going out for Captain Boner on Tundra, but I have to say that Magnus had such a beautiful stun there onto like 3 heroes. Magnus usually doesn't get a lot of shoutouts going for him.
I missed that because I was watching Bubbles do the moronic thing while
yeah,
everyone was
nobody
running.
on the Hellborn team was able to follow it up. They were just out of position.
Well, Bubbles jetted in the opposite direction. It's like Magnus and him waved at each other as they went past, and Bubbles was like, "Okay, guys, let's go," and Magnus is saying the same thing, but instead they just decided to kill the initiators.
Yep, counter initiation coming out there, but either way, went beautifully in favor of the Hellborn there in the end, so I guess it can't really complain.
Yeah, that replaces their 7,000 experience lead pretty handily.
Yep, and wisely getting back. I have to say, a lot of times you'll also see teams linger too long.
Yeah, it's very tempting to see that half-health defense tower that if we just stick around a little longer, we'll get it.
And then we'll get the racks.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the other racks. And then we'll take the bottom racks too.
Genocide! Damn it! Oh.
It was a brilliant plan.
Wasn't my idea. You said to go.
The idea now would be Kongor.
Yeah, it
for
seems
the
both
Hellborn,
teams
but
have that
obviously
idea.
The Legion are going to probably have an idea about that because it's the most obvious idea in the world. He's going to send in the little puzzle box wizard. Poor little wizard.
And now that the wizard's gone, they're like, let's go to the Oz here and take out Kong. That's still sitting on that bound eye on Tundra. What would you like to see him pick up instead of that? Because I really don't see the purpose behind it.
Well, he's picked up his stronger head now. So, oh, poor little tiger lizard thing exploded.
No.
As Captain Boner is warning him, and he exploded with the puzzle box. Thing. It was really cute. I hope you caught it, but
no, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was watching them dance around Kong.
Curl to kill the puzzle box thingy, and they both exploded.
As Tundra's having a discussion with Kongor. Seems serious.
He's picked up a shrunken head now, so any other like damage item, like I can see him trying to pick up some more damage now that he's pretty unkillable. He's pretty tough at this point in the game. And they are going to try and do Kongor here. But I mean, like, he's playing his role.
Oh, no.
Initiated items, and, yeah.
Oh, they need to go quick. Otherwise, this Kongor is going to be picked up super easy. There we go. Dr. Pulsar jetting in at the last second. Does he get the token? No, he does not. I don't believe so. Or did he? No, he did not. I don't see who got it. But hell is breaking loose, as we do have one of the Hellborn dropping, one of the Legion dropping now. Nymphora and Andromeda out of the picture now, as Aluna got beat down by Helga Hammerstorm with the heavy hammer. Tundra. What the? Is that what the death animation you're talking about, where he like gets ejected from his? That's weird.
I found it really funny with the Valkyrie, with the new Valk skin, because she kind of like goes off in the opposite direction too, which would never happen in real life.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if you've heard this rant before, because I've ranted a couple times about how ridiculous this death animation is. But the Tundra run just makes me laugh every time.
It looked like he had an ejector seat on his saddle.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, good stuff. The arrow actually, I don't know if that was going to miss or not. It looked like it might have gone ahead and landed. As the Storm Spirit comes out onto Valkyrie, they were hoping to be able to get something lined up. Dr. Pulsar still going in, overextending terribly. What are you doing, man? As he does drop the bound eye that they apparently had picked up from Tundra. And now that will be given back to him, I'm sure, in short order. Wow, that was just bad overplay there from Dr. Repulsar.
Yeah.
He saw red, and that's all he wanted to see.
Gotta give him that. We do have the Savage Mace finished onto Valkyrie, and Rift Shards picked up, so interesting.
Rift Shard 1.
Kind of interesting pick up there, I have to say.
Instead of going the route and going ahead and splitting up the Frostburn and going for a Frost Wolf and...
Yeah, I mean, you do have the little minion thingy for the slow, but I don't know. I'd still like to see more attack speed, I guess. I don't know.
That 541
it's okay.
crit
It's not the
pretty
worst.
Gross, so. It's
not the
okay.
worst.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with it on her, especially since they need a high DPS hero to be able to take down some of those. She already did go for the Savage, so if she's obviously going for more of a damage route on Valkyrie instead of going for the survivability. Um, she doesn't really have too many deaths on her, does she? Yeah, she's 8-5, does maintain a positive score so far with a 10 assist record as well, sitting at 348 gold per minute. 343 on Captain Boner on Tundra, and looks like everyone on the Legion team's kind of suffering here. Bubbles actually picking up and having the best gold per minute in the game at 362. 600 would be impressive. 362. Not a huge margin, but good enough. Kind of unfortunate that he doesn't have more of a presence than what he does, but he has Puzzle Box level 3 now. A Luna charging in here, hoping to be able to get some initiation off. Gets the Hellflower up onto Bubbles. Hammerstorm going to go ahead and pop his ultimate. Magnus gets a nice ultimate off there. Very nicely done. There's the barrier idol coming out a little bit too late. I don't know that it's really going to matter at this point. As they do go ahead and pick up a Valkyrie kill. Dr. Repulsor getting around. What the hell is going on here? Dr. Repulsor taking down the minion. Actually going to take a lot of mana burn and damage because of that. Bubbles charging in here, hoping to take down Tundra, but the Storm Spirit was enough to save him for now. As they do continue the chase. Dr. Repulsor and Bubbles going to be able to go and get Tundra here as the ejector seat is activated, and now we have Magnus and Aluna facing off against 4 of the Legion team, and even though the experience and stuff lead of yada 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 is nowhere right now, this push is going to hurt quite a bit, I would imagine, because they've got 20 seconds before Andromeda, the amazing presence that she is, comes back up, and then looks like 37 before Valk is up. So very nice win there for the Legion, as this is going to cost the Hellborn pretty dearly, I would think. At least going to net him this defense tower.
And that was just another case of what the hell. Like, I have no idea what Infuse is doing. I don't think they even knew, because Aluna was diving way past that tower, and the rest of the team were just like, "What? Are we going in? Are we going in?" And then
but
finally,
she landed
Magnus
her
went
stun.
In. She landed. Well, yeah, but that was way too far past the tower.
It's like a Valkyrie stun. If she can manage to land it, you gotta initiate.
Yeah,
that was silly.
I know, I can only imagine what was going on in their vent, because if you've heard their vent casts, you know that they throw a lot of games. Don't get me wrong, their vent casts are some of the most hilarious things you'll ever listen to, so if you have not checked those out, please do. They're really funny. But they also have a tendency to just throw games, and they just aren't, I don't know, way too ballsy in my opinion there on Aluna, way too far past the tower. Magnus jumped in to try and support her, but then the rest of the team was just like, "What? Are we actually going in? You've got to be kidding me." And then it kind of all went to hell after that.
Yeah, definitely not quite the coordination that we were bragging about earlier, as far as like everyone moving in sync and managing to pick off one hero and then the next and then the next. But that does happen on occasion. Some people just either you get antsy or you get bored or your judgment lapses for just a second. But we all have it happen, pros or not. And
well, it's true, and sometimes you get so overconfident and you're like, "Oh man, I'm so beefy, I can kill anything, nothing can stop me." And then you just like dive way past the tower, and then you get genocided and you lose your rack. So
yeah, and at 51 minutes in, you can't do that. That's early game situation. You don't have that big, big ball syndrome, however you want to call it, saying that I am
BBS.
Yeah, big ball syndrome. To where you're thinking that you can take on the world. And that would be the more beneficial time to have that syndrome and get over it early. But unfortunately, it is after you get some good farm, and you're like, hey, you know what? It's 50 minutes in. I'm kicking a little ass here. Let's see about tanking the whole team. Oh, that didn't work. Now my team's at a disadvantage, and we're going to lose racks. But we do have the racks, the melee racks in middle, down for INFS. That's going to be hard for them to recover from. They're not out of the game by any means. The experience and gold lead, still anyone's game. The next big genocide is going to be a key thing here. All they got to do is land a genocide on the Legion, and they've got a middle set of racks themselves, because their tower is already half health, and they could probably even net a little bit more. But
listen to you, like, all they have to do is genocide.
all they got to do. Hey, the Legion did it.
When playing chess, all you got to do is checkmate them, man.
Totally. Well, I so would have beaten you if I'd won.
Exactly.
I love that Dota argument.
A lot of Shrunken Heads pick up on the Legion team.
Yeah, and Hellflower on Dr. Repulsor as
Also,
well.
yeah, no. And
Oh,
one on Torture as well.
Demonic on Hammerstorm, along with Rift Shards 1
Yep.
on Helga. That's kind of interesting.
That's going to be pretty hard to really control when it comes to CC.
Nymph4, though, has her Astrolabe, so that's like insta-win there. Kuldra, I need to say that right. Kuldra Sheepstick on Bubbles now to complement the rest of his items there. So that's a really nice pickup there. That'll give him even more CC than what he already has, which is plenty with his Storm Spirit, etc. Valkyrie really hasn't moved over the last 10-15 minutes or so. She hasn't really gotten anything more. She has her Rift Shards level 4, which I guess is her main improvement, but she's still not really critting out that high for as far into the game as we are. Magnus, what's he got? He's holding the Bound Eye. Blessed Orb on him. Luna, no new pickups there, and Tundra still sitting where he was. So I don't know, just looking at it, it looks like the Legion team seems to be picking up some crucial items here that are going to give them a nice edge in these team fights if they can get them off in coordination properly instead of popping them prematurely.
Well, that's what, killing the enemy team and killing buildings will do. It will give you money. Who knew?
Yeah, but I mean, they are only winning as far as gold by 5,000, which, that's not a huge thing. One good team fight's going to turn that around, but the Hellborn is now at a permanent gold disadvantage because they are not getting the melee creeps at full gold anymore. They're whatever creeps they do manage to pick up there in that middle lane is going to be at a reduced cost, or reduced gain, I guess I should say. So it is, the scales are tipped ever so slightly in the Legion's favor. If they can win the next couple team fights, even if they don't get a genocide, because even though it's so easy, don't know why they wouldn't. But even if they can't, if they can just manage to pick up a couple of crucial kills like they did last time, take out the Valkyrie and the Tundra, there's not much they're going to be able to do to stop you. Those are some big players there on the Hellborn side, and if the Legion can manage to take them down, they'll be able to finish this game out. At least take down another set of racks if they don't go for...
You're such a Legion fanboy.
Well, you gotta root for the underdog. I mean, they don't have Kongor, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But no, they are putting up a pretty good fight so far, and Torture having picked up his Shrunken Head, which you mentioned earlier. I didn't really process it until just now, so he's getting a little more beefy, getting a little bit more potential there, as Portal Key as well on him. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a late Portal Key, but I guess he's feeling out of the group. He wants to be able to jump in like everyone else.
Yeah, keep everyone up there, yeah.
Yeah, so kudos to him. He's now part of the cool group.
And they are going to go ahead and go in and take this ranged barracks down. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and try and back out after this. Magnus ultimately coming out. Barrier Idol thrown out as well, and nicely done on that. But unfortunately, Hammerstorm is going to be chain CC'd and taken down. Will they be able to pick up the kill on Valkyrie? Dr. Repulsor goes for it. He gets it. And now we have Tundra trying to chase that Dr. Repulsor back. Now he's out of mana. Bubbles, though, still full health and mana, sitting in this fight. That is not looking good for the Hellborn, as they just lost Valkyrie and Aluna. Hopefully the Legion will capitalize on this and take out something.
Yeah, they're kind of falling back, which is probably the safe thing to do, but I mean, there's not really all that much DPS left. Oh, we do have
What's Bubbles doing? Oh, yep, he's about ready to die to a Magnus.
Except he's not, because he's going to Portal Key like a boss, and Dr. Repulsor is going to come back in and get the kill on Andromeda. So, wow. I don't even know what to say.
Okay, maybe Smok had the right idea and everyone should have backed out, because now it is just costing them, as they do have Tundra and Magnus still up. There we go.
And
there's
Bubbles.
the stun out.
I don't even see that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell killed Bubbles. All I saw was Bubbles being beaten down by Magnus, and that's basically all I saw. So, curious to see what happens here. Is Tundra gonna try, or is he just thinking that they're doing him? He might be thinking they're doing him.
Yeah, we actually do have the Sheepstick picked up on Magnus there, as we saw in that last fight, and we have the Harkon's Blade finished onto Aluna.
Aluna? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Or maybe it did.
Yeah.
I don't know. She died kind of quick.
But
Though.
I mean, the Legion are just playing really well. They're playing as a team, and they're picking off the two heroes they need to pick off right away, and that is the DPS heroes in Valk and Aluna. And I mean, after that, okay, you got Tundra. He can rush at you and hit you a bunch of times with his cold shoulder thingy. You got his little stupid little creep that's gonna die in 2 hits in any AOE spell, and he's got his Petals Box minions, which, to be fair, have been doing a lot of mana burn with Dr. Repulsor. So he's been doing a good job of that. But I mean, he just doesn't do all that much damage at this point. So once you pick off Valk and Aluna, there's not really much the Hellborn can do, and so we gotta give the props to the Legion there for targeting the right heroes and just being generally more organized. But again, we do have another Kongor kill going out to Hellborn. Not that this map is imbalanced at all, but they're gonna pick that up.
Rooting for the Legion.
I'm sorry. I just sometimes I get angry because they tried to balance and failed the map. But anyway, that's just besides the point. The token is going to pick up on Valkyrie, and the bananas on Aluna. So that's good for the Hellborn. Oh, that one dropped
bananas too. That's right. Yeah, that's really big for the Hellborn. That's going to give him basically 2 extra lives in a fight. And at this point in the game, 2 extra lives is massively important. If the Voodoo Festers had decided to have gotten that Rax and gotten out of there, because it didn't look like they were really going to accomplish much more. If they'd have gotten out, reorganized possibly, and gone for that bottom Rax, they should have known that they weren't going to be able to. Not even.
They could have just left the base.
And just
already pushed in. They had to clean it up. They could have just gone and got the Kongo right then. So just a little poor decision making there is going to let maybe the Hellborn back into this game, even though. But I mean, they are pretty much they're leading in experience thanks to that blunder as well. So they're still very much in this game, especially with that token and the bananas.
Yeah, the next major team fight is probably going to set a heavy wall down that I don't know that either what is the buyback status? Is there any way to check on what heroes have bought back, if any?
I don't think there's any way to check. No.
That's a shame. They need to add that to the spectator system.
I think I've seen anyone buy back yet.
I'm not sure that I have either. I don't think so. But the gold that they're sitting on, you have Dr. Repulsor sitting on 4,800 gold, so he's got some good buyback gold. Everyone else on his team, though, not really, quite to that point to where, Bubbles has some good gold there, but I don't think after dying, many of those guys are going to be able to buy back right now. Hellborn, however, have, looks like Buck and Mingo might be able to go ahead and buy back at this point if they go down. Which Amingo being a very important one, along with Dr. Repulsor. But Repulsor!
Zapman!
In his laboratory of solitude, Repulsor plans his evil plot.
Exactly. It's like one of those terrible sci-fi movies that you'll see on like MST or something.
He's not really all that intimidating looking, though. I mean, if he was like done realistically, he'd probably be scary as hell.
What are you talking about? That is like the most realistic hero I've ever seen.
That's all I'll say. I definitely like the Tundra reskin, though. That's more of my style of Tundra. Yeah, other than that, his mount wiggles its tail. Now you have me watching it.
Have you seen the new Predator?
Oh, I did buy that one. I don't play Predator, but I was like, no way, I gotta have it.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Reference.
You have no idea how much I hate it.
It's a Monty Python reference. I couldn't help myself.
I know it is, but it's so ridiculous looking. Have you actually seen it in a game?
Things. You can leap.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb, but it's a good dumb.
It ruins the aesthetic for me.
They got my silver coins.
Well,
yeah, I don't know what skins have I bought. I got Soul Reaper, Glacius. I try not to get all that many of them, but
man.
What's that?
All the boring ones.
Yeah, I know, but I play boring heroes anyways, so I play all the support.
Buck does not have the awesome Scorpion Magnus. I'm gonna have to call him out on that one.
Huh? Yeah, I would like to see that. I loved playing Sand King in Dota. He was one of my faves. Me and my friend used to bot lane.
You were Southern back when you played Dota?
What's that? I still remember back when I played Dota. What?
No, you were Southern.
Oh yeah, how I loved those days back on Sand King, sitting next to the River Delta. Yeah, I love Sand King, and in Dota. Of course, back whenever I played, everyone was wanting to be a carry, etc. So you didn't really build as competitively as these guys do. You didn't use them as a, a support. Everyone wanted to carry. You saw everyone
Dota's
was.
a team game? What?
I know, right? They eventually figured it out. I wasn't there, but
I don't think they figured it out. I could be wrong.
oh, but yeah, it's good times. I remember that. That is the one. I don't know. I don't like playing Magnus because I don't like being pinned as the initiator. I don't want my judgment to cost my team badly, as it has cost the Hellborn a little bit here on a couple of occasions. And they are going to let that defense tower get rejected as that goes ahead and goes out. And we are seeing a heavy turtle going on now.
You calling Bubbles fat?
He has been, I mean,
I'm sorry.
he's been packing it in.
I guess. Yeah, no, he's been doing pretty well. I'm very happy with this Moon Raider one.
That sounds like a video game.
It sounds like one of those crappy sci-fi movies, doesn't it?
Yeah, that
like
too, where they've got the cool
1.
1960s phaser-looking things.
Exactly.
Ray guns.
Goes to the moon and meets aliens.
Wow.
Take him captive and tie him up to one of those electric chairs.
Oh, very unfortunate that the Valkyrie ultimate is not going to be used here. Or, well, not effectively, I should say. Magnus does go ahead and jet in. Here comes the arrow to try and follow it up, but not really the best of timing. I did hear, oh, there's the Shrunken Heads going out as swaps and everyone's dancing around, making it hard for me to watch. Valkyrie goes down very quickly. Token being used. Oh, Dr. Repulsor's at half health. Will he be able to survive? He goes down. He can buy back. Will he buy back? He's going to have to, if this goes as it looks like it's going to. Yes, Aluna is going to be okay. Did he spend all his gold? Oh, he spent some of his gold. He's at 1347 right now. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to buy back at the moment.
Yeah.
Look at that Valkyrie.
Yeah. What?
Gross.
What are you doing? No. I don't know what they're doing. Like, just take the rack.
Oh. Did she die to creeps?
I have no idea what's going on. This Legion or this Hellborn team is blowing my mind. Why they were sitting next to the pool? Why Aluna died to creeps?
And left her bound eye.
And what?
Nobody seems to want.
Like, just take the racks. What is wrong with you? And now Tundra's
Melee?
in a lot of trouble. And my mind is exploding with. Oh my god.
With rage. As, here we go. Bubble's going to come down and clean up this. Is he going to get the deny on the tower? No, he is not, as the quad catapult is not going to be quite deniable in this case, since that makes it a little more difficult. There was like 6 catapults at one time that I was watching with you, but we won't speak of that since I was made fun of.
I have just no idea what's going on right now. This is like the
Smock
biggest
left
jobber
speechless.
game. I'm sorry, like, now instead of they winning the fight and taking the racks and maybe being able
Hellborn
to...
still has a 10k lead on experience.
What?
Yeah, the only reason that they ended up winning anything in that fight, ending up where they did in that, is because of the bananas and the token. Both of which were, yeah.
Well, and that's fine.
used,
Like, they won the fight. Leave it at that. Take the racks, get back like a normal team, and, play it right. It's blowing my mind how much they can throw at this point. And I mean, they weren't even throwing, they weren't even that far ahead, but, like,
they gave up an easy advantage that they could have just sealed and locked down and, played conservatively.
Farm a little,
Yeah, but...
Do the normal thing that normal teams do.
But with that, them taking that middle there, they do have an experience lead that does balance out the creep waves pretty substantially. The gold lead has been nullified pretty much completely. And, yeah, I think that... Oh, Dr. Repulsor picked up a shield breaker. Is that what he spent his gold on? Must have been. Didn't see him use that. It was all kinds of chaos, though, with people swapping and blinking and...
And everyone was, like, shiny and golden with their shrunken.
Yeah, it was making my caster brain hurt.
Your caster brain.
Like shinies. Too much shinies. And they're dancing. So where are we sitting at in this game, Smock? Who's gonna win?
Ugh. Ugh. At this point, if INFS is not smart enough and actually get a good team fight, like I honestly think that they're gonna lose if they don't have the token, so they're gonna have to turtle it out until they can pick up a Kongor kill. Um, because beyond that, Dr. Repulsor is just gonna be dealing too much damage along with Helga Hammerstorm, Ninky Nonk, and even Pimp Muckle at this time on Torture is doing a decent amount himself. He's pretty beefy. He's gotten a shrunken head as well as that barrier idol, so he's pretty hard to take out unless he's focused, which he's not really been. But yeah,
That's a good pick off. As they do go ahead and grab the Nymphora, who is going, I believe, probably to ward. No, she doesn't have ward, so... Did she get something? Nope, I don't know what she was doing.
but yeah, they're gonna pick up this Kongor kill again. So that's definitely what they need in order to win the team fights.
Bananas again.
And aside from, you know, brains, which I'm not sure that they have, but either way, they just need to be a little more organized than they have been, and decide.
If they're going to reduce the cooldown timer on the Token of Life, why not remove the bananas? I mean, because that is one of those things that just keeps sinking the game into the Hellborn's pocket. You know, it's sure you have a less cooldown on your token, but you still have a chance at two extra lives. I guess they can go either way.
It's harder because you can still be stun locked and not be able to use bananas, so it's not like really an extra life. I'm okay with the bananas because bananas are good, especially when you like put peanut butter on them. That's the best.
Why they wouldn't just mirror the map and have Kongor spawn in one place or the other, you know, or something? That would be like the easiest way to balance the map. And even though everyone always complains about Darkwood Vale, I personally, by the way, hate the Grimm's Crossing, but Darkwood Vale has to be probably one of the most balanced as far as Kongor positioning, rune placement, all of that stuff. It's an exact split down the middle copy.
It's also really dumb.
Uh,
because it's not 5v5.
Well, for those of us who don't always have to play 5v5, I'd like to see it as a playable map. Especially versus Grimm's Crossing. Grimm's Crossing has to be one of the most imbalanced maps ever that I've ever had the pleasure of playing on.
I honestly have not played it, like, at all. So
yeah.
I won't be able to.
So you won't be able to weigh in on that. But the viewers can take my word for it, and I'm sure that some of them agree. If they've ever tried to pick anything other than a pure gank, early push strat on that map, there's no way to do it. You just don't have any chance to farm, etc. As top is going to see some heavy pushing here. A nice group of archers here laying waste to the enemy as they're going to get some damage on this tower. As the Hellborn lines up for a push on this tower bottom by themselves, as their tower in mid are going to take some damage. They do pop the base defense to prevent that little bit of extra, so they are aware of the situation. As the initiation goes out, Aluna being picked down pretty quickly. Unfortunately, does not go down. Is going to get the chance to use the bananas. Now going to be taking down Dr. Repulsor. Very unfortunate for Dr. Repulsor. He was so close to taking her down. Three people down on the Hellborn. Aluna almost dead yet again. It looks like Torture and Bubbles are the only two left here, as Bubbles going to face off against Valkyrie.
Oh,
and
man,
lose.
it up!
Oh, and now Torture going to go down, but takes Valkyrie with him, but the token is still in play. And now it comes down to Bubbles versus Valkyrie. And I don't know that Bubbles is going to be able to win this one-on-one. It's going to be pretty close, I think. Especially once Valkyrie gets un-CC'd and can do some damage. Oh, but decides to go ahead and run away. That's probably the safe bet. How much damage it got done to the How much damage was dealt to the Hellborn here? Yep, their defense tower is at 1/3 or so health or less, and middle tower also took some damage, and bottom tower looks like it might have. No, it didn't take any damage. They were pushed out, but a little bit of base damage being done there, as we have most of the Hellborn team back up and ready to fight. Bubbles did have to use a buyback. He is still sitting on 1,500 gold. Dr. Repulsor sitting on 2,100. He could have bought back, but chose not to. I don't think that he has bought back his 2 allowed times yet.
I don't believe so. I want to say there was a beautiful swap there from Andromeda
Hmm.
to save Aluna at least momentarily, and that did cause the kill onto Dr. Repulsor as well. So
Absolutely.
very, very nicely done there. But again, the rest of the fight just did not go in the Hellborn's favor.
Oh,
And
Nymphora does get the
first
port
TP
in.
of the game.
Nice. That's the first one I've seen.
Yeah, no,
As
you said it before, but either way.
Yeah, that's very nice. That is a huge pickup there to drop that Tundra off the map there. Now they do have all of the Legion team going to be able to push out here. Torture is going to be a little bit on his way. He does have a Void Stone picked up, or Void Talisman, I should say, picked up now to accompany his other items. That'll be nice for him in those team fights to be able to cast his ulti and pop that Void Talisman and just not give a damn for a while. As Defense Tower probably going to go down. Magnus Ultimate coming out, not really doing much any damage, though, as the Shrunken Heads were used. Aluna going to be going down. Valkyrie being chased down by Dr. Repulsor. She jumps. She runs. Yo, buyback from Aluna. That is going to be deadly for Dr. Repulsor as he does go down. Bubbles needs to decide to get out of here. Yes, he does. And... oh, okay. Magnus looked a lot like the old Tundra for some reason. As here comes... well, I saw him in Viz marching. I was like, what? And come on, come on. Oh, Bubbles does make it out. And if he had gone down, that was going to be very detrimental for the Legion. Unfortunately, they really didn't get anywhere with that. And now the tides have turned, and the Hellborn has the majority of their teammates up. And
Yeah,
I guess only
and
Aluna was the one that had to buy back there, too. So kind of playing the role that Bubbles did last time.
talk about a back and forth game we have here. We're sitting at 45 to 44, and we're 74 minutes into the game. A moments ago, you saw, about 3,000 gold, 3,000 experience advantage for the Legion. That team fight pretty much turned everything there in favor of the Hellborn now. So very interesting to see if they can capitalize on this. But Bubbles, as you mentioned, is back. And I'm not sure they're going to be able to get anything.
Not in a good position whatsoever. Why? Oh, why?
Did you pick him off? Interesting.
Oh, he decided he wanted to go in on that Magnus while Valkyrie and Aluna were sitting next to him. And surprise, when you use your portal key to initiate, you can't use it after you initiate. So yeah, now they are stuck with Dr. Repulsor still on a 16-second cooldown. They are going to get that ranged Rax. They are going to come down here, finish off this tower. And Dr. Repulsor buys back with 11 seconds on the clock, does finally go ahead and break down and do it. If only he just made that decision sooner, he would have probably been a little better off. Valkyrie going to go down here along with Aluna. Tundra has double damage. Decided, no, I'm not going to go in there. Bubbles bought back as well. So Bubbles, we know, has no more buybacks currently. Using his post-haste to come to this top lane with Valkyrie and Aluna down. This is going to be an excellent chance for them to make some progress.
Yeah, that's bad news. It's pretty easy to say for Team INFS. Not a lot they can do to really defend this tower. It's going to go down pretty quickly, and probably the racks are going to get both of them here
Valkyrie
as well.
buyback.
Unless we do have a buyback, yeah, from Valkyrie. The arrow's not going to land. Don't really think it's going to matter. Dr. Repulsor is going to jump in, though. Another nice swap from Andromeda, but not going to do all that much, unfortunately. They just don't have the DPS without Aluna. And Magnus and Hammerstorm is just going to be found.
Oh, Repulsor's
Some
killing me.
1082 crits coming up from Hammerstorm there with his Richard's level 3.
Oh man, just crazy, insane damage and stuff going on here. The Legion team needs to get out of here. They need to surrender this Hammerstorm to them instead of going ahead and allowing them to get... oh, a nice combination going out with the escape port key. Nymphora is going to be picked up here.
Too easy.
Interesting to note that Aluna was sitting on 2100 gold as well, so she did have enough to buy out. Maybe they decided they didn't want to.
Well, they didn't need her, apparently, as they did
Apparently
win
not.
that exchange. Bubbles thankfully surviving, though, since he is out of buybacks.
It's unfortunately...
oh, no, wait. Aluna's used her, too, hasn't she?
Has she?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think that
Okay.
does.
I don't know. I
Bubbles
haven't
and
been
her
keeping
both, I
track.
think,
Either way, they
are
lost
out
their
now.
top racks, and pretty much whenever 2 racks go down, it's
Oh, they
gonna
know
be
where this Bubbles is.
extremely hard to come back.
Oh, Bubble.
Piece of cake.
Monsieur Buble.
That sucks. As the Hellborn most certainly are going to wrap this up now, unless Dr. Repulsor can buy back. But that's still, he's going to be facing off against two of the heavy hitters on the Hellborn side. Who else can buy back with him? We've got Hammerstorm can. Looks like the majority of their team can, if they have the opportunity to.
Well, Repulsor's is going to be back in 2 seconds.
That's good. So he'll be
and
able to
a
buy
lot
back in
of
emergency.
these heroes are really low. Aluna's not there. Not sure this is the best idea even for the Hellborn. They need to push it now if they're going to do it. And
there it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think pretty sure at this point Repulsor can just zip in and out. He's got enough mana pool to be able to do that and just kind of deter them. Yeah, they're going to have to run back. They're not even going to get the racks. At this point, they're just going to be spending most of their time in their base cleaning up the creeps. It's a long road back here for Infused.
Yeah, they've got 2 sets of racks down now. Their middle rack, or their middle tower, one of them is slightly damaged. And, yeah, they have no tower for the bottom defense either, so it's going to be pretty hard if they manage to get this bottom set of racks. It's Mega Creeps, and I have never seen a team recover from Mega Creeps, and I seriously doubt that it's possible. It's 78 minutes in. Those Megas are going to be nasty.
No, usually it's GG. Well, pretty much it's GG a lot of the time when you get 2 sets of racks. Very, very hard to come back from. I have seen it done maybe once or twice, but in my
if it's a
entire
base
podcasting
race,
career,
that's
that's like
probably
the only amount of time. So that tells you something.
Yeah, the base race situation's the only time to where, you don't really have enough time for the Megas to soak in, to populate enough that they're going to be a problem. And you kind of really, to counter the... Oh, and here comes another nice, easy Kongor for the Hellborn team. The Legion looks like they are aware of it. Are they going to be able to get there in time? Kongor's going to drop so fast here. They got to go in quickly, quickly, quickly. Yes, they do get in there in time. Are they going to be able to get the token or bananas? No, they do not. They are trying to lock down this Aluna. She does get the bananas off. Hammerstorm's going to be going down pretty quickly here. Hammerstorm does go down. Valkyrie going down as well. Token being used. There's Valkyrie again. Tundra goes down now. So unfortunate, as looks like Legion. Oh, man, that was tiring. Aluna now the only surviving member besides Magmus who just bought back.
Nope, Aluna bought back as well.
Oh, did she buy back?
She did go down. She did buy back.
Wow, so using the bananas and buying back.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
Bubbles playing
I
the...
think that pretty much closed the door on this one for Infused. All they need to do now...
Let's pick off a
VFS
Bubbles, who has God Mode Syndrome to the max. A little BBS.
Some BBS.
Oh, man. That Bubbles, he just... It always comes down to him being the last one up, and he decides he's going to jet in against impossible odds. And, he does work, but it's just... Wow. Oh. Ugh.
Are you okay over there?
Why? I'm kind of having that same syndrome that Smock was suffering from earlier with INFS throwing. But it's just... if they have someone as strong as Bubbles up, and they have someone as, equally strong as Aluna, if not maybe a little bit better, why would you even want to risk that? Just play a little conservatively. If they go to defend the top or mid, go in and do some damage to a Rax and run out. But nope, they wanted to team fight. They wanted to do it. As Magmus is going to go for...
Well...
Maybe.
Really, all the Legion need to do at this point, if they're smart, is force the team fights. Because they know that as long as they're just dicking around, the base will be pushed out. And that'll mean either they're fighting 5v4 because someone is at home defending, or that they're going to get a lot of towers. Like, they're going to get damage put onto those mid towers and or the shrine as well. So all they really need to do is just be patient at this point, not do anything rash, not go hit and get picked off, and they've got this one in the bag.
Yeah, it's their game to lose right now, as they do have the 2 Raxes. I mean, it's not going to take a huge amount of effort for the Hellborn to be able to pick off a set of Rax. If they can get the Legion team while they're distracted or something, be able to grab a melee Rax at bottom, that would do them heaps and heaps of good. Since that would actually put them at an advantage in that lane. Obviously, they'd prefer to get, the top lane probably balanced out, but they've got it lined up for bottom as their next pushing location, so it's just a matter of if they can manage to get lucky, get a crucial pick off. Dr. Repulsor playing pretty far out right now. Hopefully he does not get picked off, because that would be deadly. But Wow, just a lot of people sitting on a lot of gold right about now.
Yep, that is very true. If you look at the Legion gold, most of them over 2K.
And I
Only
think the
poor little
majority of them still have their
Bubbles does
buybacks. I think Bubbles
Yeah,
is the
I
only
don't
one
think
without
Bubbles
one.
does. I think Bubbles is the only one that doesn't.
Helga, I think, has one more.
Okay. They really need like a little
And
thing.
Repulsor has
that
one more as well, because we know he bought back at 10 seconds at that one point. So
we're not just like sitting guessing.
yeah, trying to keep a scoreboard on our own pen and paper here.
Yeah.
As top, we're going to see Dr. Repulsor playing far out here. They do have a little bit of a scattered team fight. Dr. Repulsor going to be going down very quickly. Oh, so unfortunate, as now this team fight's going to swap pretty quickly for the Hellbourne. Tundra goes down. Hammerstorm trying to get this Valkyrie down. Does so. Magnus actually trying to do some work now. Aluna able to kite this powerful Hammerstorm. Since Dr. Repulsor is hoping to be able to come to the rescue, I don't think it's going to happen. He's probably going to go down before he can have help arrive. And... oh. Backdoor, please? No. As Dr. Repulsor...
Oh my god!
Oh! Catches the poor little unsuspecting
Oh my gosh!
Andromeda.
Buck went down to creeps.
Oh, no way!
He TP'd while he had all the big creep wave around him and just completely died.
Oh.
It was pretty funny.
Damn, I missed that. Gotta love it when a hero dies to creeps, though. That's always one of the most humiliating things
And
to
it's
have
not like
happen.
you couldn't have just like walked out of the lane and TP'd or anything.
Alright, good. Now, this is
That
Dr.
would be
Repulsor's
nonsense.
chance. What do you think you ought to do here? I think you ought to go bottom and go ahead and try and pick up that melee Rax. Even though he's got a Luna pecking at him.
I'm pretty sure
crap,
he gets
never mind. He's gonna have to get the hell out of here.
She actually does a lot of damage with that Harkons. He's gonna pop his shrunken head.
Oh, I don't
But-
know. Oh, he does go ahead and pick up the kill. She is not going to...
Oh, blah, why she didn't pop her shrunken head.
What?
But
Oh, it is up. Wow.
yep. And unless anyone can buy back here, the only ones who have enough money is Mingo. It looks like
He's bought back too many times, I know.
already.
So,
So
looks like, yep.
It's gonna be like GG call.
Wow. Dr. Repulsor, the ultimate hero, the sole survivor, managing to pick up... Oh, no! As Tundra psychs him out, runs in there and gets some damage off. Valkyrie now back up as well. Gonna try and take down Repulsor. Bubbles TPing in. There he is. Does get the silence off. Doesn't have his ultimate out yet, but Dr. Repulsor does go down. Valkyrie going to be going down pretty quickly as well. And the defeat for the Hellbourne. So a very nice back and forth game. I am very impressed. I'm assuming this was suggested from INFS, and I was so skeptical that they were going to win this and that you were cheating, but
I was not cheating.
I know. But no, it was a really good game. So
Innocent.
very nice. Who was it that suggested this, or are you going to pull one of those where you don't know?
No, it was actually someone from Voodoo Fester, shockingly.
Oh, shockingly. See, now, since Smock's a good pal of INFS's, I figured that it was going to be them wanting to brag. But, no, actually, wow. So very nicely done there, as I'm sure that the Voodoo Festers were wanting to do a little bit of a bragging and showing that they took down the mighty INFS. And very well done there. There was definitely quite a few blunders from both teams throughout. But the Legion did manage to overcome the Hellbourne natural advantage, and nicely played there. I guess it didn't come out quite the way I was expecting as far as in-game potential, because Torture didn't really play too
You and
huge
your
of a
torture.
role. But
Get
well,
off
I was
his
just
nuts,
looking. I was like,
man.
okay, carry, semi-carry, they win. But yeah, no, it was definitely a fun game. Thank you for suggesting it, I guess, Voodoo Festers, and thank you, Smock, for bringing it here tonight. Do you have anything you'd like to say about this match? As Valkyrie
No,
did go ahead
it
and pick
was
up
very fun
Frostwolf
to
as you had
watch.
desired.
I kind of suspected the ending based on who recommended it, but either way, it was still a very, very fun game to watch. Very, very long as well, so thank you for being willing to cast it with me. And yeah, so I thank you, person out there, for watching all the way through. If you've made it this far, we appreciate it.
It was down
And
to the
follow
wire.
me
I'd
on
say they
Twitter.
should be here. So.
Smock A. Go.
Smock A on
It's
Twitter.
Smock, S-M-O-C-K, with an E-H on the end.
Excellent. So be sure to go do that. I've had some people joining me on Twitter for some reason. I don't advertise it. I don't even use the thing.
Well, I follow you on
I
Twitter,
keep getting
so...
messages about it. I need to start using it, at least to put out some of these things. It is Monoxen, I guess, at Twitter. so I might have to use that now that I've mentioned it. But thank you all so much for watching. We're currently at, I think, 1,140 some odd subscribers, so thank you all very much for watching. The winner for the 1,000 subscriber thing was announced there. He did a nice intro. You guys can go check that out. I'm going to be working with him, hopefully get that added in as my new intro. But yeah, that's basically a good game here. Definitely appreciate Smock joining me. Look forward to more casts with Smock in the future here. We'll get some scheduling things figured out, and we'll be doing some more casts together.
Says you.
Says me.
This is the last one. Cutting my ties.
So thank you all for watching, and we will catch you next time.